Versatile Infotainment provides thousands of informative videos of our viewers. If you want more informative videos, please like and subscribe our channel. So let's go our topic.
With a net worth of $20 million, Brock Lesnar is an American professional wrestler and former mixed martial artist. While he has had some success in the UFC and in professional football, Brock Lesnar is most recognized for his 8 world championships as the WWE's overall champion. Before turning pro in 2000, Lesnar competed in amateur matches before joining the WWE, previously the WF. Not too long after, he emerged as the title's youngest champion ever.
Brock successfully signed with the Minnesota Vikings as a defensive tackle after quitting the WWE in 2004, but he was cut before the season began. After that, he worked as a professional wrestler for a while in Japan before starting a career in mixed martial arts. His tenure with the UFC started in 2007, and despite injuries, he had a strong performance throughout the following several years. After a while, Brock emerged as the unchallenged heavyweight champion and brought some of the UFC's most lucrative pay-per-view events in history. When Brock defeated Alistair Overeem in 2011, he was paid $3 million. Then, in 2016, he won $8 million competing against Mark Hunt. Lesnar made a second comeback to the WWE before rejoining the UFC, but this time he was suspended for using a prohibited drug. This led him to announce his second and last retirement in 2017. Brock is the only individual to hold both a WWE World Championship and a UFC Championship at the same time as of 2020. Several fans have commended him for his ability to amuse in the ring, calling him one of the most accomplished wrestlers in history. Early years Brock. On July 12, 1977, in Webster, South Dakota, Edward Lesnar was born. Growing up on a dairy farm with 3 siblings, Brock was part of a Polish and German household. He signed up for the football and wrestling teams in high school. In the end, he finished 3rd in the state finals during his high school senior year. Lesnar enlisted in the Army National Guard at the age of 17, but after his colorblindness was identified, he was transferred to a desk job. After failing a computer typing exam, he was let go. Brock returned to the wrestling squad at Bismarck State College after graduating from high school. In his second year, he took home the NCAA Heavyweight Wrestling Championship before going on a wrestling scholarship to the University of Minnesota. He roomed with Shelton Benjamin at the University of Minnesota, where Benjamin went on to join the WWE. In 2000, Brock won the NCAA Division I Heavyweight Wrestling title while still an amateur wrestler. In addition, he won 2 Big Ten Conference titles, 2 NGCIA All-American titles, and 2 NCAA All-American titles. He ultimately had a 106-5 record as his amateur career came to an end. In 2000, Brock signed a contract with the WF to begin his career in professional wrestling. After that, he was relegated to Ohio Valley Wrestling until 2002, when he was called up to the WF main roster. Brock was promptly selected into the Raw brand following his WF debut. Lesnar's battle with The Undertaker brought him fame in his early WF years. A feud then emerged between him and John Cena. It was during this time that he debuted in the UFC in 2008. He would go on to participate in the UFC until 2011, winning the heavyweight title in the process. In 2010, Cain Velasquez defeated him to win the title. With a salary and bonuses of $5.03 million, Lesnar was among the highest-paid IFC athletes at the time. Goldberg and the WWE established another feud after Goldberg's return. Brock left the WWE for the first time not too long after. Lesnar had a great career in the WWE, winning numerous championships. After moving to Japan, he emerged victorious in the AGP Heavyweight Championship. Despite having communication problems with the WWE, he held this title until 2012. Brock then made his way back to the WWE, promising to restore the company's credibility. He had a second stint in the UFC from 2016 to 2018, but it ended in retirement and suspension due to his use of a prohibited substance. He was crowned the WWE World Heavyweight title in 2014, up until 2020. When it was declared that Lesnar was no longer bound by a WWE contract, he kept up this impressive run of shows. After making a second appearance in the WE in 2021, Brock Lesnar acknowledged that he had first quit the sport after WrestleMania 36. Connections. Before their relationship ended, Brock was engaged to Nicole McLean, and the two of them had twins. Brock Lesnar with Sable, a fellow WE talent, in 2006. Rena Greek is her true name. They have 2 children together that they have raised during their relationship. Lesnar also happens to be Greek's stepfather from a previous marriage. As of right now, the family is based in Merrifield, Saskatchewan, and Brock is well known for being reticent to discuss any personal or family matters. Legal concerns. When officials in Louisville were satisfied that Brock was in possession of huge amounts of steroids in 2001, Brock was placed under custody. The accusations were dropped when the authorities found that he actually had substantial amounts of legal growth hormone. His attorneys claimed that this material was a particular kind of vitamin. He also used a legal argument when he contested the non-compete agreement of WWE in court. This particular clause in his contract said that, upon leaving the WE, Brock would be prohibited from working for any other professional wrestling organization for a predetermined amount of time. When Lesnar participated in a 2004 New Japan Pro Wrestling event, it seemed as though he had broken his contract. In the end, Lesnar left, but both parties chose not to pursue legal action and moved to extend Brock's contract. Both sides came to a compromise after a judge said in 2006 that he would support Brock in the case. As a result, Brock's case was dropped. Lesnar was fined $1,725 in 2011 for improperly tagging an animal while in Alberta during a hunting trip. Although Brock merely entered a guilty plea to the allegation of illegal tagging, he was really charged with 3 distinct violations. The other 2 were discarded. As a result, Lesnar was barred from hunting for 6 months. Actual property. It was claimed in 2014 that Brock Lesnar received $750,000 for the sale of his rural estate outside of Minneapolis. This 43-acre property with 2 barns, a pond, and a main house is dotted with The dwelling itself is 3,247 square feet in size. In 2003, Brock had paid $783,500 for the property initially. This indicates that he attempted to sell his property for as much as $849,000 in the past, but ultimately sold it at a significant loss.